Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and I'm Sahitya. Today we are going to see some of the mostly asked Node.js interview questions in this video. Coming to the questions, what is Node.js and how does it differ from other server-side technologies like Apache or PHP? Node.js is a server-side runtime environment that uses JavaScript for building scalable and high-performance applications. It differs from server-side technologies like Apache or PHP in that it uses an event-driven, non-blocking architecture, allowing it to handle concurrent connections efficiently. Node.js is well suited for real-time applications, while Apache or PHP is typically used for traditional web applications. Coming to the next question, what is a callback function in Node.js and why are they commonly used in asynchronous programming? A callback function in Node.js is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and it gets executed when the latter function has completed its task. They are commonly used in asynchronous programming to handle asynchronous operations like reading files or making network requests, etc. Callback functions help manage the flow of asynchronous code by ensuring that certain actions only occur after the asynchronous task has finished, preventing the blocking of the main program thread. This is about callback function. And coming to the next question, what is the purpose of the package.json file in a Node.js project? Can you explain the properties of the file found in this file? The package.json file in a Node.js project serves several purposes. Most of them are dependency management, version control, script definitions, etc. This package.json file is the most crucial file for managing the developer dependencies and other dependencies, documenting our project and automating the common development tasks. And skipping to the next question, explain the difference between require and import statements in Node.js. When and why would you use one over the other? Require and import are two different statements in the Node.js. Require statement is commonly used in common JS way of importing the modules in Node.js. It is a synchronous operation and is used for loading the modules at runtime. When we typically use require in Node.js, when we want to load modules dynamically. Coming to the import statement, this is the ES6 way of importing the modules and is mostly used with the type module setting in Node.js. It's asynchronous and supports static module imports. We use import when you want to take advantage of the ES6 module features like static analysis, especially in the projects which use EJS modules throughout. In a conclusion, in coming to the conclusion, we have to use require if we are working with the common JS modules or dynamic module loading. But we have to use import when we want to embrace ES6 module syntax and benefit from its features. Though the ES6 modules are not compatible with all the Node.js libraries, so it may require some additional configuration for compatibility. Coming to the fifth question, what is the middleware in the context of Express.js? Can you give an example of how you would use middleware in an Express application? Middleware. Middleware can process request objects multiple times before the server works for that request. Middleware can be used to add logging and authentication functionality, data parsing, and also error handling. Express middleware refers to a set of functions that execute during the process of HTTP requests received by an Express application. After the import Express middleware into the code, In order to use the methods available in the Express.js, app.use is the uh, method which we have to include in our code. We can also modify app.get method that can include next, async, and await functions. Now, coming to the next question, what is RESTful API and how can you create one using Node.js and Express.js? Explain the main HTTP methods used in RESTful APIs. RESTful APIs. The term RESTful is an acronym for Representational State Transfer API. It is an architectural style for designing networked applications. It uses a set of constraints and principles to create a stateless communication between the client and the server. RESTful APIs are mostly designed around resources which are represented by the URLs, and they use standard HTTP methods for the operations on these resources. The steps to be followed for doing this is the first thing is to set up an Express.js project, define the routes that fulfill the web app, and then make use of the HTTP methods to perform create, retrieve, update, and delete operations, the basic CRUD operations. And coming to the HTTP methods, the methods are get, post, put, and delete. Get method is used to retrieve the data from the server. Multiple requests from the same resource can produce the same result while using the get method. Coming to the post method, it is used to create a new resource on the server. And put method is used to update a resource or create the resource if it is not already existing in the server. And as the name says, delete method is used to delete a resource. Now, coming to the seventh question, what is the purpose of the Node Package Manager and how do you use it to manage dependencies in a Node.js project? NPM. NPM acronyms the Node Package Manager and it is a package manager for the Node JavaScript platform. It puts modules in a place so that Node can find them and manages dependency conflicts intelligently. Most commonly, it is used to publish, discover, install, and develop Node programs. Dependency management, version control, and scripts like package.json files, as mentioned above, are managed by NPM itself. NPM can install all the dependencies of a project through the package.json file, as I have mentioned above. It can also update and uninstall packages. In order to use npm, we need to run certain commands like npm init for initializing and creating a package.json file. Once the packages are installed, like we have to install the packages by running the command npm install package name. For example, if you want to install a package named Express, in order to install it, we have to run npm install express. And it can be saved as a global dependency or even a developer dependency using the save dev. Coming to the last question, why is it important to hash passwords in a web application? If you watch the previous video in my channel, you would know that I have used password hash package in my code in order to hash the passwords. This is because web application includes sign up and login functionalities, and it also gets the data from the user, right? If we ever store the data from the user in a database, let's say Firestore database, and the passwords of the user accounts are directly stored in the database. If the admin's database gets hacked, then the user's data is also gets hacked. So if we use the password hashing in developing a web application, the user's data, especially the passwords, are safe from getting hacked. Thus, this can ensure the protection and security for the user's data present in the database. And these are all the important questions for an OJS interview. I hope you understood what I have told, and thank you for watching.